Ship ship it up, ship ship it up, ship ship it up.
8,766 days. That's how long it takes on the average to reach the top of an organization. But while CEOs work hard, they play even harder. I'm Lois Calderon here in Tagaytay, and this is The Other Office. Our guest for this episode is Belgian chocolatier Bernard Poplimont. He's the president of Puratos Philippines, and that's the Philippine unit of Puratos, an international name known for its bread, pastries, and chocolates. He's been leading the team in Southeast Asia for 35 years. Their business spells sustainable, and his story of success is as sweet as chocolates. Watch how Bernard Poplimont cycles his way to the top.
Hi, Lois. Welcome to the Aliw Villa in Tagaytay. Are you ready for a ride?
Show me the other office.
Okay, there it is. Let's gear up. Let me introduce you to your bike.
This is nice, blue. And that one too, your jersey is blue.
It's the flag of my country, Belgium. So, and the color of blue is the color that we use for cycling.
You're a patriot.
Of course.
And now I'm wearing orange, so this is your competitor, right?
Yeah, you look a little bit like a Dutch, but okay. We are friendly competitors. There's a few rules that you should respect.
Just like in any sport?
Yes, like in any sport. The first one is look good, feel good, be good. I think you look quite good. You just miss a few elements that I will give you now.
Thank you.
To enjoy the ride, we need to be safe.
Safe.
So,
because if you wear the right gear, then it's like saying half of the battle is won.
exactly. So
Okay.
first is the helmet. So
Okay.
I'll got you a helmet. You know to wear it.
This is how the
Yes,
proper way
yes.
of wearing the helmet?
Yes.
Okay.
So you tie it up.
Okay. Not too tight?
So it should not move too much. Yeah.
Okay.
That if you fall, the helmet doesn't fall. That's
Okay.
the objective. Second, wear some gloves. You
It still is blue!
Yes, yes, of course. It's matching with your bike.
Okay.
In the Philippines, it's very sweaty. So when it's sweaty, your hands might slip from the bike and it's not that nice.
In Filipino, we call this pasmado.
Pasmado.
Pasmado,
Okay. I
sweaty
learned a new
hands.
word.
Say it again. Pasmado.
Pasmado.
Okay.
The next one is, of course, a bottle of water. One of the important key in cycling is to hydrate on a regular basis. So we put the light on. So you see it's blinking so that when there are cars coming in front, they can see that you are there. We check if the tires are well, it should withstand your weight without being too bouncy on the road. I do long distance cycling, so once in a while my average ride is 80 to 100 kilometers
Wow.
in one ride.
In your country,
Yes.
biking is the usual mode of transport.
Well, not only that, we have a culture of cycling and competitive cycling. So Eddy Merckx is a very famous Belgian cyclist. He won 5 times the Tour de France. When I was a kid, he was my idol. He lives nearby my place, so I see him once in a while. So
This is in what town?
In Brussels, in Krenem, actually, at the suburb of Brussels. So we are all trying to imitate Eddy Merckx.
If a Filipino would want to enter or get into that sport, how much should the budget be?
Maybe aluminum bike for around 50,000 peso.
Like in any sports, like I do surfing, the surfboards are actually customized depending on our skills. In the case of biking, the bike is also customized to the athlete.
Well, yes. Basically, it's called a bike fit. So, especially when you do short rides, okay, the risk of injury is little, except if you fall and things like that. But when you do long distance, if your position on the bike is not correct, you can start cramping, you can have pain in the shoulder.
Bernard here is going to show us how to properly and safely mount the bike.
All right. So you take it out. I think the easiest way to is really inclining a bit.
Alonsi, let's try this. You got into the hobby because you admire this Belgian, right? And biking is a big thing in Belgium.
Yes.
How has this hobby helped you get to the top in your career?
Like everybody else, we at work we face pressure, right? So there are times when you want really to give up, but you can't give up because, yeah, you're on the road, right? You need to go home. You have to continue until you reach the objective.
Marathons taught you also resilience because you have to brave all those harsh elements, right? So, and also there are times that you wanted to give up. Can you tell me about those instances, like whether, especially in the Philippines, it's a tropical country, how could you stand that heat and the humidity?
Well, I did a few months ago what you call ODAX 300 kilometer. So 300 kilometer is quite tough, right? You need to train for that. So there was a part, so it was we started from Tarlac, and there's a part which is between Alamino and Dasol, which is really very hot because there's no trees, and at the time of the day you reach there is really lunchtime. So it's very hot, no shade, nothing. So the key is really to hydrate well, to eat well. When you feel that it's getting too hot, if your heartbeat is too high, you slow down. So I think it's the same in business. If you feel that you're overstretching yourself, well, time to slow down.
And when you slow down, you take one step back so
Yes.
that when you return with a vengeance.
Exactly.
So same
So
with
you
sport.
save your energy, you rebuild your energy.
And re-strategize.
Yes. And sports also help you to stay competitive. Yeah, you all want. And competition doesn't mean be better than somebody else. It's challenging yourself, right?
Being on top of the game.
Yes. So you see it's accelerating a bit. So you just slow down, slowly. Then you brake slowly, slowly, slowly.
Earlier I fell off the bike and I now have bruises.
Yes.
And I still carried on even if I have wounds.
Yes, it's a mental wound first.
A mental wound. So you carry on even if you're in pain.
Yes, of course.
How does that help in business?
Well, it's the same. When you have a failure, you lose a customer or whatsoever, you just don't give up, right?
Because in business there will be pain points.
Business is all about solving pain points. Pain points for customers, but also internal pain points.
What was the major pain points to the point that it needed surgery that you've encountered in business? Because you're a builder. You led the startups, right, in Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines for this company Puratos.
You know, there are things that you can control and there are things that you cannot control. There are two things during my career I could not control. When I started in the Philippines, there was the Gulf War and there was no foreign currency in the country. So we had to deposit 150% of the amount of invoice in the bank to be able to import.
The balance of payments crisis in the 80s, right?
Yeah, yes, late 80s, early 90s, 1990 actually. And so if I didn't have my company to bail me out, because we were doing a startup, we would go bankrupt. Then the second one was during the Asian monetary crisis in 97, 98. Same situation, the devaluation of the Indonesian rupiah. I was in Indonesia at the time, and we didn't have enough cash to buy back raw materials.
You survived crisis after crisis. You're a chocolatier and you grow cacao trees yourself.
Yes, well, as Puratos, we really look to help the farmers, cacao farmers, because cacao farmers get really very little out of the total value chain of chocolate.
If they just produce cacao beans, they don't know how to process it without the added value, then They're on the
Exactly.
losing end.
Yeah, they get only 6% of the total value chain of chocolate, which is very little.
And there's a global shortage
Yes.
of in chocolate or cacao beans.
In cacao, mostly. So what's happening is that the chocolate increases in price because there's a shortage.
No, it's strange that because of the that colonization period, you have the galleon trade, the Spanish colonization here. They brought cacao trees. So the Philippines is the first
Yes.
in Asia, Southeast Asia, to have actually cacao trees.
Yeah,
Yet it
it's
did
correct.
not prosper.
Yeah. Well, because along the many decades, the price were fluctuating too much. So cacao is on the stock exchange, as you know, as a commodity. This year alone, the price went down like crazy, and now it's crashing again.
So there's a commodities market.
Yes.
But how is Puratos helping cacao farmers in the Philippines?
Okay, so in the Philippines, we have a tree collection center for cacao. We work together with a partner, which is called Canamere. So they help the farmer with seedlings, fertilizers. The name of our program is Cacao Trace. So Cacao Trace, we don't only want to have a great taste chocolate, but we want to do good as well. So the great taste is done by fermentation. So Puratos has a long history of fermentation.
So this is capacity building.
And on top of that, so we pay a premium for the New York price or London price to the farmers, but for every kilo of chocolate that we sell on the cacao trays, we retrocede the equivalent of 10 euro seeds to the farmers.
This is benchmark against commodity markets.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that the cacao would actually have that much value. You also celebrate the harvest time, right?
Yes,
There's
we,
nothing like it in the Philippines, and you call it
Yeah, Cacao Fiesta. So we
Cacao
organize
Fiesta.
a Cacao Fiesta in Davao.
Cacao Fiesta. That's also when you distribute the windfall.
Yes, so well,
farmers.
we have three or four times a year.
A truck just passed by and I kind of lost my mojos because this is the first time I'm biking. Another one. So I get distracted by motorists. This is the first time I'm biking in like 4 years after a major fall that actually left me with a scar. So what about you? What major injury did you encounter?
That's a bit my frustration. I had I've been riding horses when I was young, and I fell more than 200 times. I mean, I'm exaggerating a bit, but I fell often and never broke anything. Then I had a long ride with some friends, and there was a change of terrain, and I braked too hard, and my front wheel swept. So I managed to get the bike straight again, but I was going straight for a ravine, so I pushed myself on the ground and I dislocated my shoulder. The one I was the most upset is because I was training for doing a long distance ride on Audax, and that was interrupting my training. I still try to get back on the bike, even if it was a stationary bike, not using my shoulders, but keeping my legs strong.
Such fortitude.
Then I managed to finish the 300, going 50 kilometers at a time. So I was happy about that, even if my shoulder was not yet 100% okay. I think the similarities with business, you don't wait always for the right condition to be perfect. In life you will have bumps and you just have to go through it. Here you go slowly because it might be a bit slippery. Go slow, slow. You see, that's what we face also at the roads. It's full of mud everywhere. So that's dangerous.
How about when there are stumbling blocks, like stones?
You avoid them.
Avoid them.
Yeah.
But you can do that on business, right? In business.
Or you can also avoid obstacles sometimes.
You need foresight.
Yeah, you need foresight, exactly.
Okay.
You need to look at your surrounding.
So
You
many metaphors.
you adapt your riding to your environment, and same in business.
Where to sum up this very insightful conversation, what are your 3 tips to success?
Adopt a growth mindset, so stay agile, keep learning, stay open-minded. That's number one. Number two, be perseverant, endurance, resilience. Then number three, what would that be? Yeah, have fun doing what you do. I mean, use humor to diffuse tense situation, do fun project like this one.
Fun project, it is. I'm scared myself, you see, guys. It's the first time I'm riding a bike in 4 years. Well, thank you so much.
You're doing well.
Thank you, you're a very good mentor. Well, thank you for this conversation while cycling, Mr. Bernard Poplimont of Puratos Philippines.
You're welcome. My pleasure. It was fun.
Woo!
Marathon cycling pushes riders beyond the limits of human endurance. It's that grit that defines winners not only in sports but also in life and in business. Sabi nga ng mga siklista, padyak lang ng padyak.
Ship, ship it up, ship it up, ship it up.